Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today it's all about Chanel and will I buy it? There is a lot coming out. I've written down a list here. There is some Beiges, there's also some single eyeshadows, there is mascara, there is a perfume, there are those beautiful body oils, there's also a Chance soap, and there's also something coming from the Chanel Hydra Beauty line as well. So first of all, let's take a look at the Beiges. It's the Longwear Foundation. Now when I first saw pictures of this, I thought, oh, they are not going to be reformulating this, are they? Because it is one of my favorite foundations from Chanel, but apparently no, it hasn't been reformulated. What they've done is they've added some extra shades. I think some more at the lighter end and some more at the darker end as well. So if you're like me and love that Chanel Beiges Longwear Foundation, don't worry, they haven't reformulated it, they've just added some extra shades. So I was really relieved to see that. And same with the Beiges line, they are bringing out these beautiful, a blush, a bronzer, and not quite a highlighter, more like an illuminator. So there is a trio of shades in each one. There are 5 different ones. There is a light coral, there's a medium coral, deep rose gold, medium rose gold, and there's also a deep mauve. Now alongside this is also a re-promotion of their brush. It's number 106, and I think I do have a picture of that. I think it's alongside the other pictures of the blush as well. Now these pictures that I'm referring to in my video today, these were sourced by myself via my SA, so that's why I'm not referring to any Instagram tags. So these are called the Chanel Beiges, the Healthy Glow Sun Kiss Powders. Now these are in those oversized palettes, and apparently there is 15 grams of product. Now, I'm just not sure which ones to get. I'm definitely going to pick up at least 2 of them, but I'm not quite sure. I think perhaps the medium coral, and I'm not too sure whether to go for the deep rose gold or the medium rose gold. Both would be really beautiful. Perhaps more of the medium rose gold, and the only reason I'm saying that is when you get to the highlight / the illuminating shade at the top, I think that would probably be more suited for me. And I also want to pick up the deep mauve. Now I know that's the darkest out of the set, but I'd really like to have that in my collection. Now with all the products that I'm talking about, as well as the single eyeshadows, because there's quite a few of those, I will be choosing probably about 3 or 4, especially when it comes to the single eyeshadows. But if there's anything that in particular you would like me to purchase, then note it down in the comments and I'll have a look and see how popular that shade is with the eyeshadows and also with these powders as well. And if there's a few people that want to see it, I will also pick that up. Now I have a few Chanel brushes and I really like how they apply my makeup, and I haven't got the 106. So I'm quite tempted to pick that up, but there is a lot in this collection, so I really do have to pick and choose a little bit. And the other thing that'll probably help me decide which of these Sun Kiss powders to get is probably looking more at the bronzer shades in there. So you've got some that are more warmer in tone and you've got some that are more neutral as well. So I've got a bit of time to decide. I think these are going to be released in New Zealand. It's around about May the 2nd, and I have these lovely pictures in front of me so I can have a really good look and take my time and decide which ones that I'm going to choose. Now let's move on to these single eyeshadows. There are going to be 14 in total. There are different finishes. There is shimmer, metallic, and there's also matte as well. Now there's also one shade here, and I think this may be limited edition. I'm not sure. It's colored a little bit differently on this picture, or it might be that it's a top coat shade, but it is an iridescent and it is called Blanc Pearl. So I'm definitely going to be getting that one put over the top of the different single eyeshadows. I think that would be really beautiful. And on a closer look at the single eyeshadows, I'd be quite interested to get, it's called Quartz Fume, and it's a discreet soft grey. I think that would be really lovely, paired alongside the Lilas one. That is a beautiful purple shade. That one has a matte finish It says, it describes it as an intriguing medium lilac, strangely classic, and that one has the matte finish. So all of these single eyeshadows, these are reformulated, and they're going to include in the reformulation, there are, it says current bestsellers, and that is the shade Beige Sable, and there's another one called Bron Talpa. Now I really like the look of the shade Bron Talpa. That is in a shimmery finish, and it does say underneath it is an existing shade. So there's the 2 existing and the rest are new shades. But I think that one looks really lovely. So with these eyeshadows, I'm not quite sure how many to pick up. I'm going to go through it fairly carefully over the next week and really decide which ones that I would wear for my everyday type of makeup. I'll probably stay away from the ones that have a bit more of a red base, but there is a really beautiful one there called Rose Chanel, and that's a finely balanced peach. It says it is a blush for the eye, so you could actually also use it as a blush as well. That has a matte finish, and that looks really, really pretty. It's always really handy too to have a black one. They have a matte finish black one in here called Bois Noir, and that would be really nice to have in my collection, but I can't get them all. I'm not quite sure how much they're going to sell for here in New Zealand, including our sales tax. They could be around about $60, $65 each. But again, I'm probably going to go more for neutral shades. But if there's a shade in particular that you would like me to review, then let me know in the comments below and I will have a think about it. I'll see how popular that shade is with other people in the comments as well. And I would consider picking that up to review and also add that to my collection. But overall, you've got some really beautiful neutral shades in here. You've got the deeper tones. You've got really gorgeous pops of color. And with the 3 different finishes, there is something in here to suit everyone, and I've heard that the formula is absolutely beautiful, so there is no worries about that. Sometimes when they reformulate things, the formula can go not quite what you're expecting or not as good as the older formula, but from what I've heard, it is really good. There's also going to be 3 different shades of mascaras. This is the Noir Allure mascara. Now, there are some people that don't like the formula of this. I do like the formula of them, and I have one. It's one that I bought a little while ago. I haven't opened it up yet. It is the second one that I've purchased. It's just that I've got other mascaras open at the moment, but I really do like this formula. I find that it doesn't transfer and it goes really well with my oily skin. So the 3 shades that they've got is Lilas, and that one is quite a light one. You've also got Rouge Intense, so that looks like more of a red, and then you've got an orange one as well. Now, I've never actually purchased a different shade mascara than a brown or a black, so if I was going to get one of these, I'm not sure whether I'm going to, but if I was going to get one, I would probably get Lilas or I would get the orange one. Now, I'm not too sure about this. If you would like me to review one, I could certainly pick one up so you could take a look. It would be something different to add to my collection, so I'm not against it at all. And like I was saying, probably my first choice would probably be Lilas, and then the second one would be the orange one. And next we have the Perfume. Now, I'm not too sure whether this is limited edition or not. Some places have said that it is. Other things I've heard says that it isn't, so I'm not too sure about it. The box that it comes in is really beautiful. So this is the exclusive line, and this is the Comète one. And the actual box itself, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see in the picture that I put up here to the left of me here, but it's got the Comète design on the box as well, and I do keep the boxes that these perfumes come in. I do think that they are really beautiful. Now, on the Chanel website, this isn't on the US one, this is, I think, in some European country. It describes the fragrance as, it says, the Comète Eau de Parfum is a fragrance whose cherry blossom accord is intertwined with heliotrope and powdery iris notes. It leaves a trail reminiscent of stardust in its wake. I really love how they describe perfumes, but I think that this sounds really, really beautiful. The composition of it, it says luminous and intense, a French cherry blossom accord is caressed by sensual notes of iris and heliotrope. They say it is an intense floral stardust scent with a powdery musky signature. So of course perfume is a very personal thing and it can smell different on different people. I tend to really like the Chanel perfumes and how that I smell them when I first, if I'm in store and spray it onto the cardboard, is how it smells on my skin, and it stays that way. So I am tempted to blind buy this. I'm not too sure whether I will, but I do really love, I have quite a few of the Les Exclusifs and I really like it. I even have their body cream. I really enjoy their fragrances. So perhaps if my essay has a sample, maybe I should buy a sample first, or I might just jump right in. I'm going to decide, is it limited edition or isn't it? So I'm not too sure about that. One of you might know and let me know. So if it's not limited edition, I may get just a sample of it first, but if it is limited edition, then I think perhaps I will blind buy it. I think the notes sound really, really beautiful. And also going to be released are their beautiful body oils. Now, I have at least a couple of these from other limited edition releases, and I really love them. They are bringing out 1957, also bringing out Coromandel, Beige and Gardenia. Now, out of the four, I really want to get the Beige and the Gardenia. I have those fragrances. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm wearing the Beige one today. The other day, I wore the Gardenia. I always get compliments on it, and I'd really love to have these. How gorgeous would they be, these oils, after you've had a shower, just to rub over your arms and legs. Just gorgeous, and a beautiful way to layer your fragrances as well. Now, I also really enjoy the scent of Coromandel and also the 1957. Now, I'm not too sure how much these are going to sell for. I would love to get all four. Am I going to? Probably not, but then I might change my mind. I'm really into different body oils and different body creams as well. When I've had my shower at night and then afterwards when I'm watching TV or maybe looking at things on the internet, then I pull out the body creams or the oils and I just rub them on my hands, arms, on my legs, and it is just a very luxury experience, and I always love the way that they smell. They are just absolutely gorgeous, and I really love the finishes of their oils. They're not too greasy, they dry down and they keep your skin hydrated for a really long time. So out of all that's been released, I was the most excited when I saw these body oils. They come beautifully packaged in the square glass bottles, so they're quite chunky and they are luxurious. So at the very least, like I said, I'll get the Beige and the Gardenia, and I'll have a think about the other two. I'm really excited that these are coming out, and no doubt these are going to be limited edition. Now, also coming out is a Chance soap. And if you take a look at it, it is in 4 different little squares, and they're supposed to be shaped like dice, and there is embossing on each one, and these are fragrance with the Eau de Parfum. This is the Chance. So on the little soaps from left to right and top to bottom, the first one you've got the wording Chance Chanel, and then you've got a little 4-leaf clover, and then one on the bottom you've got an embossing of the Chance bottle, and then the last one you've got the Chanel logo. Now, I don't think I have any Chanel soaps or anything like that. I do have, that came out with the factory number 5, I do have some shower gels which are really beautiful. So I am tempted to pick up these soaps, but there's just so much in this collection, I'm really not sure. But because I haven't got any, I would love to get these. I love the fragrance of the Chanel Chance. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and these would even be nice placed in, you can place them in your drawer where you have your lingerie, or you can put them inside. Sometimes you get with different things a little muslin bag with a little drawstring, and you can hang those in your wardrobe so you get that beautiful scent as well. Of course you can use them as soap, but I think they'd be really lovely just to add a really beautiful fragrance either to your drawers or hanging in the wardrobe. And of course they'd just look beautiful on your dressing table as well. And last but not least, we've got something from the Chanel. This is from the Hydra Beauty line, and this is the Micro Serum, and all I've got is what's written on the picture here. It says to hydrate and plump. So this would have conditioning ingredients in it for your lips. So I imagine this is something you could put on your lips at night, but because they say it's supposed to plump, now who knows if it's going to. I find that the products that they say it's going to plump, it doesn't really with me. It's because it adds more of a gloss that it gives like that plumping effect. But it looks like this is also something that you could pop on before you put on your lipstick or lip gloss as well. But I am really interested in this. I have tried different products from this line and I find that it goes really well with my oily skin. Of course, with a product like this, it doesn't really matter what skin type you have. So I am tempted to pick it up. Again, I'm not sure how much this is going to sell for, and there is just so much to choose from. So if this is part of their permanent line, and it probably will be, then it's probably something I could get at a later date. So at this stage, the Beige, the Sun-Kissed powders, they were released, and it was quite random, but they were released at Zaks and they sold out very quickly. And a lot of these products, the eyeshadows and the Sun-Kissed powders, the Beige Sun-Kissed powders, I believe they are available at some boutiques in the US. Now, as I was saying earlier in the video, all of these different products are going to be released in New Zealand. I think it's going to be around about the 2nd of May. So I imagine these will be online in the US around about the 2nd or 3rd of May. Now, when it came to the Sun-Kissed powders that were released at Zaks, I spotted them. It was just early in the evening and I was randomly looking at Zaks and saw them there and popped that on my Instagram page and also on my community page as well. So I will be keeping an eye on the Chanel website, and as soon as some or all of these products are released, I will again put them on my community page and also on my Instagram page as well. And at this time, I'd also like to thank everyone who uses my affiliate links. I really, really appreciate it. So let me know in the comments below which products that you are intending to pick up. Like I was saying, there is just so much to choose from. And also, just like I was saying earlier, if they're with the single eyeshadow or with the Sun-Kissed powder, if in particular one that I didn't mention that I was going to pick up and you would like to see it, and there is a few people that would like me to review it, then I will pick those up. So that's it for today's video. I would love it if you gave it a like and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.